welcome to mon Jardin. I'm Erica, and today I am going to be working on this beast. I'm going to try and do the T-pose. I've got my garden troll with me, so we'll see if she can help me get those in there. But let me turn this around. Okay, so originally I had this measured 8 by 8, just like these raised beds with the timbers, but we use the stones from my parents' property, and in true garden troll fashion, she told me that I should just extend it out. So since I have about 1 million tomatoes that I want to try, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to clean up some of these weeds that are in here. They're coming in up here, but we're also going to put the T-posts and handy panels. I'm going to try and go ahead and plant some of the tomatoes as well, because today is May 1st, so it's getting a little bit behind. So it measures to be about 12 feet long. So you're going to hear my editing voice. So I'm going to go ahead and drive these in. We started about 2 feet in, and then we're doing them about 1.5 feet from the sides of the 8-foot area. The T-post driver is about 18.25 pounds, so you can imagine me lifting it up on that step stool. Don't try this at home on standing on the step stool. Alright, can you hand me another one? Whew, that kind of took it a little bit out of me. And I'm just going to speed it up so that way you guys can see it and not be bored with us just kind of fiddling around adding the T-posts. And I decided to start on the other side and work my way in. That way I could just, make them evenly spaced out. After we were doing that, I realized I should have moved them closer to the edges to maximize space, but best laid plans. So I could not remove those by myself. So I just kind of let them stay where they were. All right. So we were able to do 4 rows of T-posts. So I went ahead and made it where these will face out. So that way I'm going to hang them and then I can start. I'm just going to put some here so that way I have this walkway to harvest them, and then, which I kind of wish I would have only done 1 foot, but we're not gonna worry about it. It takes an awful lot for me I couldn't pull them out. So and then we did a little more than 2.5 feet between these two, and then this is going to be a little bit more than 2.5 feet also, and then we have 2.5 feet and then 2 feet again. So it may be a little wonky, but not too bad for that. We're using zip ties to hang them up. They do have fence clip things, but I'm not sure if I want to use those. I'm going to try the zip ties for right now. I may end up getting the clips just for added insurance, but we'll see how those little zip ties work. So one day, I believe it was Lowe's, we were getting zip ties for something, and I got outdoor zip ties. Where did it say? Oh yeah, outdoor. We also have these, but I don't think those are gonna hold the handy panels. Let's see here, the string's 75 pounds, so we'll see how it goes. But little guy's waving. Okay. Oops. Garden troll. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up as well. So basically what we're doing is just kind of making it as even as possible. And then we're going to add the zip ties to secure them in place. We did do quite a few. We left a couple of gaps, but I'm probably going to go back and add as many, a couple more. So I put it up a little high because what my plan is to prune the bottom part of it to create better airflow for the tomatoes. I'm also going to put borage, nasturtium, maybe some basil and stuff like that to help deter pests and things like that. And so I may end up, we skipped a couple of lines there, but I think what I'm going to do is I may end up just tying those down also. But this will give them plenty of room to get tall and go crazy and do their thing. And I'll probably still prune them, like I said, to help with airflow and keep the pests away. All right, so I have my plans lined up for all my tomatoes on the cattle panels, but they're calling them handy panels because they are 8 foot by 4. So just a little tip whenever you go in there if you look for those. So got them all lined up. Gonna do my cherry tomatoes right here, and then these other 2 posts will have just regular tomatoes, the bigger ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I'm gonna plant plant most of them. I will say right now, so while I'm at it, these plants right here that has the blooms on it, I'm just kind of fiddling them like that to try to help them, you know, pollinate. Just to give them a good little shake. The wind blows them and they're good, but I'm gonna leave them. Some people yank them off and they'll plant them in the ground so that they can focus on their roots and do all that, which that's great, but I'm gonna leave them because I think it wanted to grow me some fruit, so I really want some. And then also, yeah, I'll show you how I'm gonna do the rest of this. All right. Woo. So, got the old champagne bubbles here. So we're gonna try to do that. This is a cherry tomato, they're yellow. And so I put all of these in alphabetical order because I'm weird like that, but this spot I'm gonna leave blank because I'm gonna put I have some evil eyes. They're just not ready yet. Or excuse me, evil olive tomatoes. So let's see here if I can dig this up here. Dig up some soil. Can you hear my little garden troll walking around? Why she's called the troll, because she does things like that. Oh my goodness, it keeps falling back here. I'll say you're right there. Okay, so I'm gonna plant it deep enough to where it'll sit in there, but I'll show you. I may do it just a little bit deeper because it has those little blooms on it. We're gonna go here and we're gonna take off these bottom little arms here. So, and this is what they call a sucker. Little motorcycle. So this is what's called a sucker. And so you typically would take those off there anyway. But I'm gonna take them off probably, let's see, probably to about right here or so. And then I'm going to take them out of the thing here. Kind of move the roots around a little bit, give them some help. And then put it in there. And then we're going to cover it up with soil. And I'm probably going to come in here in the next couple of days and give it some worm castings. This has compost and topsoil in it, this soil that we have on here. So once this starts growing, it'll kind of go out here. We can start, you know, tying it to the post here and then let it fan out up here. And then we'll be off to the races, I think. So I'm gonna do some more of these and then I will be back to tell you some more information. We'll do that so we can remember. the reason why I trimmed them off their little arms and bury them down above where I did that is because it'll produce roots. See these little fibers on here? I think you can see that. Those help produce the little hairs. They produce roots, and they want to, you know, they want to grow. And what happens is when you put them in the ground like that and they start producing those roots, it makes it a much more stronger plant. So we definitely need that in this Oklahoma wind and everything. So it'll keep them strong. Also, some of these plants that I have here are a little yellowing here. It's either they need nitrogen, which in a couple of days when I put the worm castings around them, it'll help them. I could also be guilty of overwatering these. So that could also be the other issue. So, but either way, let's just hope they like their new homes. And make sure too when you're planting them that this bottom leaf does not touch the ground, because that could cause, you know, problems with getting their leaf wet, moisture, and cause them just a whole world of problems. All right, got them all planted in. I'm gonna say what they are kind of as a little diary for myself so I can write them down. So I started in alphabetical order. These are the cherry tomatoes. So we have black strawberry, Chadwick, and then this is champagne bubbles. Then we come over here and we have orange cream, orange peach. Then we have Stupice. And then this is Vernissage. And we forgot about our poor little Juliet. I'm not really too optimistic about it, but we're gonna try. We love Juliet's. And we can't find the seeds for that, but we found the starts. So there's the cherry tomatoes there. And then we have the regular tomatoes right here. So we start over here with Abe Lincoln, Azoychka, and I could be saying some of these wrong, but Azoychka, beefsteak. This little sad thing is Dr. Wyche, and then this is Get Stuffed. And we come over here and we have Roma, another Roma. Then we have Sheboygan. This is San Marzano and San Marzano, and the radishes. So I'm gonna put nasturtiums and then other things sort of in between there to kind of keep maybe some borage, borage as people call it too, in the middle there to kind of keep some of the pests away. Maybe even throw some radishes like I did last year in between there and stuff like that. We're gonna give them a good soak. So we got them all planted in. My troll and I got them all in there. There's 20 of them on 4 posts. I do have a spot for the evil olive to be right here in the front by the champagne bubbles. But I don't know if you guys know me. I like to have a lot of tomato plants and I tend to make them a little close together. This I hope will be a little bit of an easier method just because those cages are kind of junky, and I may end up just using those for the peppers this year or just getting rid of them altogether because I just can't stand them. But anyway, so I'm hoping that this will be a little bit more tidy. I have room to where I can walk through here and harvest them. So yeah, I think it'll be a lot better this year. And then that sweet cilantro there, but be able to walk through here and harvest, or even harvest on the other side as well. So all right, well, I guess that's all for today. So I guess happy tomato planting. See you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please comment. I like to see the comments and answer questions and things like that. So